Please join me in welcoming President Michael K. Young.
We are delighted to welcome you today to what is the 20th annual Spencer F. Eccles Convocation. This is a great day in the life of the university, and we are always thrilled to have an opportunity to welcome all of you, as well as those of you who are in overflow watching what is going to be a terrific opportunity for us to learn today from one of our great business leaders here in the United States. It's an honor for us to be able to host this every year, an honor for us to be able to welcome into our community, to educate us, to enlighten us, great business leaders. And we have, for 20 years now, had the opportunity of hearing from some of the truly innovative, imaginative business leaders, many of whom we are always thrilled to say have deep University of Utah connections, and today is no exception in that regard. And we're just honored to welcome John Moran back to his alma mater and have him with us. He has been an extraordinary supporter of this university in other ways as well. For those of you who drive along Mario Capecchi Drive, you'll see the Moran Eye Center and the newly created Moran Eye Institute, a major research institute on ophthalmological sciences. And for all of John's support and engagement with this university, we're also deeply grateful. And more about him in a minute. But let me also thank Spence Eccles and the entire Eccles family for our opportunity to do this. As you walk around this campus, it is hard not to see the tremendous influence of this great and dedicated family and what they have done for this university. But equally importantly, their insight and understanding that what goes on the outside as we create buildings is important, to be sure, but what's genuinely important is what goes on inside these buildings. The intellectual foment and activity, the intellectual engagement with our students, the teaching, the research, that is at the end of the day what really distinguishes this great university. And their willingness to support this, and today is a tremendous example of that, is truly the margin of excellence for this university and what makes it great. So we are delighted, and quite simply, without the support of Spence and his unwavering dedication to this university, we wouldn't be where we are. You may have also noticed just a little bit to my east and north, there's also a little bit of construction going on. I think next year we'll be holding this event in a brand new building. Again, a building that would not have been possible without Spence and his family's tremendous participation. It would still only be a dream, and so we are deeply grateful for that, Spence, as we always have been. Thank you for being what we describe as the #1 Utah man. And so we're honored and delighted that this convocation bears his name as one of our truly successful, innovative business leaders in this state as well. And we know that your passion for this school is what has made it what it is. It is named, indeed, the David Eccles School of Business. And the economic vitality that your late Aunt Emma Eccles Jones, when she decided to make a landmark contribution to this school, is what allowed us to move into the level that this school has moved into. And indeed, it is a great school. I was looking at the Financial Times recently, a few days ago, and ranked this school as the 38th best business school in the United States, with the 22nd most active, engaged, scholarly, productive faculty in the nation. A tremendous tribute, and we've been on that list for, I think, probably at least 2 decades now as one of the great business schools in the United States and indeed in the world. So to the other trustees of the foundation, the Emma Eccles Jones Foundation, we're also very grateful in attendance with us today, and we just very much appreciate all that you have always done to support and help us. We're also honored by the school's name. For those of you who are students, how many are students here at the David Eccles School? Okay. Spencer, I want you to turn around and look. Keep those hands up. I want you to turn around and look at those. Thank you. And in overflow, we have another large number. But let me tell you a little bit about David Eccles. I can't tell you his full story, but it is a remarkable story. It's a turn-of-the-century life story that reads really sort of like a movie script. He was the son of a Scottish immigrant woodworker, and he struck out on his own in 1872 at the young age of 23. With very little formal education. He went on to become one of the West's great pioneering industrialists. Decades later, when he died suddenly of heart failure at age 63, the state, and indeed the entire nation, paused in stunned silence, given his accomplishments. He founded no less than 54 different businesses and was associated with dozens more. Former lumber companies, railroads, land companies, major construction, indeed one of the largest construction companies in the United States, livestock businesses to beet sugar refineries, banks, and mining and construction. He had made a mark on not only the state of Utah and the West, but on indeed the entire United States. According to his biography, quote, "The West, vast and growing when David Eccles found it, was even fuller of promise when he departed it." And that is the school whose heritage you all inherit as students, and the challenge that his life presents to each of you. So it's now fitting today that this great school bears the name of David Eccles and is even fuller of promise than it was 20 years ago when his daughter Emma's generous gift brought this name to the school and brought the resources to this school to move it to the level it is now. And I might add that it continues to grow in that prestige and that recognition, thanks to the tremendous support of the Eccles family, the Eccles Foundation, and so many other tremendous supporters, many of whom are in the audience with us today. So today we celebrate a great heritage. We have an opportunity to hear from another great business leader in a convocation sponsored by yet another great business leader. It is my privilege now to thank you and to welcome you to this forum and to thank all of those who made this possible, including Spence and John Moran. Thank you.
Thank you, President Young, for those great and gracious remarks. We always appreciate your support to the school. I'm going to take just a few moments now to say a few words about Spencer Fox Eccles before he introduces our speaker. Many of us know the public man, Spence Eccles. He's a Utah man. He's first and foremost a business graduate, a great father, avid skier, tennis player. For decades, he was the chairman of First Security Corporation, which is now Wells Fargo, a remarkable philanthropist in this community. But I want to tell you, since I have become the dean, I have learned a little bit different side of Spencer Fox Eccles, a side that I am sure Chris Hill knows a lot about. And that side is that when Spencer Fox Eccles is on your team, you are going to win. You are going to win every game. An undefeated season is always the goal, and a top-ranked business school is the goal for us. Spencer Eccles always gives 110%. Now, for those of you finance people in the audience today, I want you to do a little bit of math. This specific event has been going on for 20 years, and Spencer Eccles for 20 years plus has been giving 110% to the business school. I'll give you each tickets to a football game. If you can tell me, if you put in $1 20 years ago and gave 110% over 20 years, what would that look like today? It's in the millions. So if you're anything under $1 million, you're not going to get the football tickets. Anyway, let me just take a moment to sincerely thank you for all of the effort that you have made for this school. If any of you get a chance, please look in the program so that you understand the full background behind Spencer Eccles. Would you please accept our appreciation as you come up to the stage and introduce John Moran.
Well, thank you very much. The notes from the economic lecture I heard yesterday, I'm sorry, wrong pocket. Thank you very much, Dean, for those gracious remarks, and you, too, President Young. I must say, it's a great day outside. It looks like winter has finally come, and I couldn't be more thrilled, except to say that I'm really thrilled to participate once again here on this is a 20th anniversary, and I noted it well because our first one I was just 16 years of age. But this is a great tradition for myself and for my whole family, the whole Eccles clan, and a wonderful celebration of the accomplishments of my grandfather that you've just heard about, and the generosity and the foresight of my Aunt Emma Eccles Jones for her wonderful gift. And on these occasions we celebrate David Eccles' entrepreneurial spirit and business savvy and the tremendous work ethic, very important, his work ethic, by hearing from individuals who share very many of those same attributes. To put it simply, John Moran fits the bill perfectly. He's the epitome of the free enterprise system, the poster child for the Horatio Alger story, and he's now retired chairman from Dyson Kistner Moran Corporation, a private holding company headquartered in New York with an international portfolio of companies of more than 20 countries engaged in areas such as manufacturing, retailing, and distribution, all the way to financial services and real estate development. John joined the company as a vice president in 1967. And it was it had just two names at that time, the Dyson Kistner Corporation. Exhibiting his penchant for action, he moved quickly up the chain of command, becoming chairman of Dyson Kistner Moran Corporation in just 8 years in 1975. Before that, his experience had included a stint on Wall Street with one of the old line investment banks, Blythe & Company. He had a 3-year stint and in the U.S. Navy as an air intelligence officer with the commander-in-chief of the entire Pacific Fleet. Leading up to all of that, of course, was his student years here, his happiest years, where he earned his degree in banking and finance from this very business school. And he made time to be a proud and active Utah man, and Sigma Nu. John, you know, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. And he also holds an honorary doctorate degree from the University of Utah. John's name has become almost a household word here in Utah and nationwide and even worldwide through the remarkable patient care and research of the university's John A. Moran Eye Center, a facility and a program that continues to benefit from his active involvement and his generosity. His service and philanthropy through the years have expended not only to the University of Utah, but to more than 30 corporations and community organizations for which he's served as a director. An adept multitasker, he managed to serve as finance chairman for the Republican National Committee, while at the same time he was heading up the U's own National Advisory Council, where he replaced me as chairman, which of course made a lot of people happy. As much sought-after advisor and counselor to business and government and the nonprofit community in particular, he and his great partner and lovely wife, Carol, divide their time between homes in Florida and Sun Valley, Idaho. And today we are deeply honored to have him carve out some time out of a very busy schedule to be with us. So join me in welcoming an outstanding native son and a Utah man, sir, whom I'm honored to call friend and associate and a great American, Dr.